Werewolves, a musty, elusive creature that, although tantalizing YouTube videos suggest otherwise, have never been caught on camera, so we don't know how they appear to the human eyeball. But if we break down the name itself, maybe we can shed light on this mysterious creature, a beast with such self-worth for themselves because they are both man and man's best friend. Clearly, they're swirling in their mind with a psychic snuggle and face licks to make them go, I love myself. Now, were by itself is were, the past tense of be, and wolves are a feral, mean dog who drink meat juice. That must mean a werewolf is a former mean dog who is now a classy, kind homeowner who frequents vegan restaurants. Let me put this in. Beep, 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 beep. All right, with the data inputted into the visualizer, we can finally see what a werewolf looks like. Yes, that's it, of course. We should have known all along. They've been among us since the 90s. Werewolves are Snoop Dogs. Huzzah! Or maybe they're just skeleton monsters living inside a homicidal maniac who loves to pick on dumpling chefs. My name is James.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speaking Sentai. Ooh, guys, welcome back to Mostly Speaking Sentai for another week. And guess what? You want to hear something about spiders, creepy crawlies? Yeah, they may live among us and they may outnumber us 8-1, but in my head, that math is just... For every 16 of them, I got 2 fists ready to smash, crackle, and pop their exoskeletons open until they bleed in, son. You ever seen a spider bleed? Well, I've seen many bleed at my hand. I call them frickin' goddamn knuckle-cracking fist mullets, you know? I messed up. I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, fist mullets, because hairy ones, they're dripping down the back. It's a party in the back, but goddamn bloody up front. That's my favorite kind of mullet. Let's throw it over to my co-host, my betrothed, my love. Nicole.
Hi.
Jakus.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
But how good?
Oh.
You gotta speak up. Speak up. I want to hear every... Oh. Nicole.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me about your week.
There's nothing super exciting.
Why?
I feel very on the spot. That's why.
Oh, because I just asked you how your week was?
Yeah.
What about, did you see any cool shows? Did you finish any series lately?
No.
Nathan For You, maybe?
Oh, okay, yeah.
We watched Nathan For You, all episodes. You want to know what? He's a co-host today.
What?
He's given a thumbs up to Nathan For You, and a Nathan For Me, Dairanger. All right, guys. Nicole, introduce our guest now.
Oh gosh, it's Nick Period.
Yeah.
He's
hey
back.
guys, how's it going?
And it's that time of the month.
It definitely is.
Oh, you saucy as hell.
Oh wait, I didn't want to endorse that. I thought you meant like Power. I mean, I endorsed that as well. I mean, I thought you meant Power Ranger
You
watching
endorse
time.
the menstruation
time.
cycle.
I most definitely do.
No, I'm saying like it's that time of the month for him to be on the podcast.
Oh, I thought because it's a period.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought that was coming too.
There's
but
too many layers to this, guys. The period is a multifaceted punctuation mark and word. It could mean the Mesozoic period. It could also mean menstruation period, as we've talked about. And it could...
So a measure of time.
Yep. And it could also tell you to stop talking and take a breath. Dairanger. Hey,
Perfect.
guys, listen to this. That's from my hand mouth. What
Yeah,
if mouths
right.
had a hand?
That's from his freaking butt.
I saw it.
It's
It was
not.
gross.
Stop it. Don't say it's my butt, Nicole.
It's his butt.
Whoa.
It was his butt. I saw it. It was gross.
Wouldn't it be cool if you saw my butthole, Nick?
Oh my god.
On a rating from 1 to 10, how cool would it be?
0.
What? No, 1 to 10.
I want to step outside of those parameters to let you know how uncool it is to say 0.
So like in 11 then?
0.
Ah, dang it, guys. Nicole...
Yeah, but you didn't tell him that 1 means he really wants to.
No, it's a basic measurement.
Okay, fine.
It's a basic period.
Trying to get me caught up over here. All right, that's fine.
Nicole, on a rating from 1 to 10, how cool would it be if you saw my butthole?
0.
Dang it, guys. What if I was like, guys, I got a gold nugget caught in there. Someone,
Ew,
all right. We're talking about buttholes.
whoever gets it out gets to keep it.
No.
I just need someone to help me with it.
Definitely not.
All right, guys, I guess I'm going to have to get my good old friend Mirrory to shine down there and help me dig out this gold nugget.
All right, you do that.
Yeah. Have fun, man.
It popped out on mirror. When I'm being a cam boy, I like to slap the suction cup on a mirror and then I just ride on it. Then I squirt real hard.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I didn't know you would enjoy that. Nicole, would you be able to put your microphone stand up just a little bit? Okay. Yeah, just that clip. Just so the up. Yeah. No, oh my God, she put it down.
That was defiant.
Oh, man.
That was very defiant.
She's like, don't tell me what to do. Up a little bit more because
No.
it okay, fine. Then stay slouched over.
Don't tell me what to do.
This is for it to be easier to mix. You understand this.
Nope.
Oh my God.
It's a personal attack on me.
No, I have no personal attacks on anyone named Nicole. I endorse Nicole's. Did you know there are other Nicole Jakuses in the world?
Nope.
Yeah, because whenever I search your name on Facebook to pull up your profile to to share things that you've shared,
Yeah.
other Nicole Jakuses will come up before you, and I'm pissed at Facebook for not understanding this basic algorithm that I am dating someone named Nicole Jakus. I interact with this person's posts regularly, so show them above other Nicole Jakuses.
Yeah, because you guys are in a relationship on Facebook.
Yeah.
So it should kind of know that. Also, why are you searching if you're in a relationship? You could find it on your page, couldn't you?
Friends with other Nicole Jakuses?
I guess I could go to my own.
just go to
Just
your
click on
page.
profile and click on Nicole.
What
I'm
are
going to start doing
you-
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. So, Nicholas, we ask this to everyone who's on the show. What's your experience with Super Sentai? I'm kidding. Everyone knows you've been on the show. You're a repeat guest 3 times. He's got a 3-peat now.
3-peat, just like Jordan.
Whoa, Michael Jordan?
Well, one of the 3-peats, yes, too.
Michelle Jordan?
Yes. I guess technically I'm Kobe then.
Remember when Michael Jordan
Nope.
had that mustache that was bad?
The Hitler stash?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that at all. I don't remember
Everyone
about that.
remembers it. Remember when he had his Hanes on you and he was choking you out?
I remember Michael Jordan Motorsport. I remember that one for sure.
Oh yeah, we talked about that on your podcast. What's the name of that again?
The Lone Ponderer and the Super Guys as well. But the Lone Ponderer is what we talked about it on.
Yes.
Thank you. But I actually brought that up because that is a fact that I now tell people as well, because I wasn't lying. I had no idea that Michael Jordan had a motorsport team, and that's hilarious to me.
And he's hemorrhaging money.
Never forget that, people.
That's what he does best. Michael Jordan, you can say all you want about him.
Greatest player of all time.
He gives back to the community in the form of excessive spending.
Yeah, probably.
He's not one of those dragons who just hoards their money and says, this is all for me, guys.
You call them dragons?
No, yeah, dragons do that.
Oh, like Smaug.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I
Like
forgot an
every
actual
dragon.
Every dragon? I don't think every dragon
No,
did that.
every dragon likes to keep gold and keep it for them. They like treasure.
What about in Dragonheart? That Sean Connery didn't do that.
That's because he had to run. I believe before all the dragons were dead, they did do that.
That's a dragon thing.
Yes, that's a dragon
Yeah.
thing. Thank you so much
I'm
for
sorry.
backing.
I just didn't know that was a dragon. I thought that was just Smaug. I thought
No,
Tolkien
that's
was
just
the only
what
one
dragons
like rocking
do.
that. So is that why dudes are always fighting them? Because they want to get rich?
No, I think it's to make sure they don't keep stealing gold.
Oh, the dragons steal the gold?
Yeah.
How do they? Well, I guess they
well,
just blow the place up and then take the gold.
Maybe not steal. They ask for a tax. So it's like, hey, either you guys give me your treasure or I will burn down your village.
So dragons are mobsters?
Yeah, pretty much. I think this is Western European dragons.
They ask for a protection fee and hoard the gold.
Yeah.
So people slay the dragons so they can end the mafia, pretty much.
Yeah, dragons are putting a black fist on so many businesses.
Well, yeah, they're the Black Hand.
Yeah, that's a mafia reference, Nicole.
La Cosa Nostra.
Yeah, I read so many books on that when I was in like 6th grade. I did book reports on it.
That stuff is great.
I loved the Mafia. Junior Mafia, that's a rap group.
Damn straight.
Speaking of, Nick's a rapper. Tell us this story of you being on the radio. Unless you want to save it for your podcast.
Oh no. I'll tell the story because it's fresh. Yeah, I recently had the opportunity to have a song played on the radio. I'm not going to mention the station because that's petty, but they really did try. But what happened was when I originally submitted to the radio station, they allow you to submit uncensored and censored music. And I submitted an uncensored song. And they later contacted me saying, we actually do like this song. Could you send us a clean version? And that is when James very, very graciously came and helped by cleaning up an edit of the song. And I sent it to them, and they were going to play it. And they were good to their word. They said they actually the first time didn't get to play it, but they said they'd start off this week with it right away.
Is this just a weekly show?
Yeah, it's a weekly show. And I was like, that's fine. And they were good to their word, so good that when the show started, they started playing it right away. So the host had to interrupt my song at first, which I was like, well, at least I know they're going to play it. And then he talks to another guy, and they go on for a little bit, and then they play the song, and I hear the first curse word come out that shouldn't be on the radio. And I'm like, oh no, that's bad. And then immediately they start doing like a 7-second delay and start trying to adjust it real time, which doesn't work. And then they slow it down. And then it gets to the point where I say the first couple fucks, and then they just cut it to another song. It wasn't my fault. I checked the link. I sent them the right link, but I don't even know if they played it again after that. I was just overwhelmed by it. And now it's honestly kind of funny to me that some of the first things I did was like swear uncensored on live radio in Chicago.
I did like that. When I sent you, I listened to the edited version because after I edited it, I was like, oh, I need to make sure I get all the curse words. I listened to it like 3 times. And then I was like, oh, this is sounding great. I will send it off to Nick. And then you message me back and say, like, hey, James, like the last word I say after the beat drops out is fuck. Isn't or
it's
shit?
It's
yes.
shit.
And you're like, you did not catch that one. I was like, uh-oh.
You were grooving, man. You were grooving. You're just like, yeah.
I was like, there can't possibly be a swear word after the beat drops out.
Oh, man. That was great. But, yeah, I mean, Junior Mafia is a rap group. It had Lil C's, had Lil Kim in there. But you know what also is a group? Dairanger.
Yeah. Hey, guys. We watched 2 episodes, and I'll explain it in the episode summary. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I am so ready
All
for
right,
this.
guys. Y'all ready for this? I'm saying it. Oh, man, I don't know where my mouse is. Okay, guys. Is this a blooper or in the show?
No, that's definitely in the show.
I had too much spit in my mouth, but your boy don't spit. He rhymes. Today we watched episodes 35 and 39 of Dairanger entitled New Secret Art, The Dance of the Spiders, and The Demon Fist Falls in the Setting Sun. Spiders aren't the only thing dancing today. Kenpo is a twirl while the Dairanger watch the fine art of martial. But Shoji is fighting a Gorma monster of his own, the Sandman, because he's sleeping during this nerd shit like any respectable cool would. Got a hair in my mouth. Luckily, Reen wakes him up. See, Nicole? She is the perfect match for you because you need someone to help you wake you up. But if she were in bed with me in her body, you may be awake, but you still ain't leaving bed, baby. Homer Simpson growl. But after the burlesque, Daigo and Rio are walking through the park and stumble upon a master with a spider tattoo. Pretty freaking sick. Actually, really sick. For real. This tattoo is mobile like the home Nicole and I first held hands in and jumps up to the man's neck, killing him instantly. Remember, you guys can jump in.
I'm enjoying this. Sorry.
All right. Must be lead. Too loud, Nicole. Must be lead-based ink, too. You can tell because his eyes were yellowed and he had chicken pox all over. Lead makes chicken pox and cool yellow eyes. Wake up, sheeple. But old white suit Jin appears, looking like a southern dandy amped to sell you artisan sodas for your soul. Yeah, Mississippi's major export is soda, and their major import is souls. Wake up, sheeple. But Daigo wants to fight, not right, Hamilton. Because Rio knows that Jin is a powerful man brimming with demon fists and a lack of empathy. The two old foes square off, but Rio is no match for Jin's new technique, the FDA unapproved prison tattoo, and is left squirming on the ground. Jin runs off to vandalize some gravestones like a group of drunk teens trying desperately to shield themselves from the reality of death, or a single drunk adult at Gigi Allen's grave plot. That's right, teens are scared little babies. Wake up, sheeple! The Dairanger confront Jin, but Zydos is there with a military cannon ready to blow up everyone, so they all run away. That's right, y'all. Guns make you powerful. Wake up, sheeple. But Kaku brings in a Kenpo dancer to Rio, who can only squirm as this tattoo tickles up his torso. Hee hee. I'm tickling myself right now. Did you guys know you can tickle yourself? Hee hee.
I feel like I wouldn't allow myself to suffer through tickling, so I never really find the right spots to tickle myself. I'm always like...
Try it right now.
I'm not going to try to tickle myself,
Tickle,
but I'm just
tickle
saying
it.
I wouldn't go to the real spots because it's like I don't want to put myself through that.
Okay. All right. We got to... Before the end of this, we will make Nick cry from tickles.
Well, I mean, I was possessed by Satan the last episode.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That was nice.
Maybe Satan got inside of you and tickled you a little bit. Yes, Nick's getting tickled. Tickle Nick. Tickle Nick. All right. He shows him the Kenpo dancer shows Rio how to walk on a stick, which makes Rio strong again, I guess. They all fight each other. They all fight each other like the sheeple they are, and Zydos carries Jin over the threshold of a prison cave. Flash forward a few episodes and hashtag free Jin. No, Nicole, not free Jin with a G, but with a J, because dude is locked up. Convict. That's an Akon reference.
Oh, I remember.
I was just hoping...
I'm letting you do your thing, man. I love it.
But dude knows how to choke out an underling and escape, just how Harry Houdini did it. Yeah, he wasn't magic. He would just choke the audience until they passed out. Then he'd walk somewhere else in the room, so once they woke up, they thought he had teleported. But Jin is sick and needs his medicine, aka food and rest. Luckily, Rio finds him and nurses Jin back to health, carting him around in a wheelchair like this is a rom-com we'd watch on This Movie's Gay. Show me the girth, Toei.
You just called it gay.
Called what gay?
You called that whole thing with him gay.
Well, yeah, like if they would have showed the girth, it totally would have been gay.
All right.
Girth is gay, guys. If you want to be, hey guys, all of you trying to be like super hetero, you better have a thin little dick, guys, or a thin long dick. It just needs to be thin, because if it's got girth, that's gay. See, what I'm doing here is making sure dudes with girthy hetero dicks, they start shaving it off. Uh,
Yeah, that's the natural next step.
and then we make sure we're thinning out the herd. But all isn't Cinderella stories and Sleeping Beauty kisses in Fantasyland. Jin turned into a skeleton beast, sucking the blood of ladies like a vampiric werewolf. Arr! That's how it screamed, baby. Rio promises he'll kill Jin if needed, and oh boy, it is needed because Jin reveals he's the best at chicken because even with the sword inside of him, he's not getting out of the way. Luckily, Jin splits from the monster and runs off to the desert for a life of solitude. We then see as Zydos and Nex begging for chokes confront Jin. We hear gunshots and Jin's coin falls on the ground. In the end, you're all sheeple, Dairanger.
Very, very much so. Sheeple. Okay, I just gotta say right off the bat.
Yeah.
There are some times when like the second time there were some details that I might have forgotten when we referenced like the first time I was on. But immediately once this started and he was fighting that other Kung Fu Master Jin and immediately changed to his devil form, I was like, dude, just right again with the cheating. Like, that's supposed to be reserved for the Rangers, and you just put that on like a regular dude who thought he was going to be like fighting. He was ready. That dude was ready. He was like, all right, if we're going to fight, we're going to fight. And then he's like, all right, yeah, now devil descent. And then it's just like, he goes into devil mode. The dude's like, what? And he just hits him with it, like ethereal horror moves, like Mortal Kombat shit.
I mean, he really was just trying to see if that move worked.
Yeah.
I really, how do you not know it works?
Well, if you try to do a kickflip for the first time, you don't know if you're going to land it. You need to keep trying, and then you get it. Then you go to the Pro-Am down in Tampa, and guess what? Tony Hawk's there, Bam Margera as well, and you're with your friend who's going to end up, abandoning you and being all pissed because you're a pro now.
I mean, I definitely get it. It just felt like maybe he could have found like one of the lesser Rangers and just like done that to him instead of like just a dude, because I felt like that was just cheating.
Or should have done it on Zydos.
I mean, that was like his homie. Like there seemed to be a real...
No, they don't like each other.
Oh, it really seemed like there seemed to be some back-ended like relationship thing going on. Not like in a relationship, but like they were friends. Like he seemed hurt when he
No, remember in the previous episodes, Zydos gave this demon power to
I remember
Jin,
that.
and then Jin said, F you, middle fingered him, and then bounced.
Oh, it just seemed like they were a little closer in this one. It was weird.
No, it's just Zydos is constantly trying to...
Zydos is just a bitch.
Yeah, he's constantly trying to get approval from the Gorma Senate, and he's not doing a good job.
I guess it was because he just kept trying to talk to the dude. Like he showed up like he had like a plan, and I was like,
yeah.
All right, are you guys friends or something?
Nah.
No, not at all.
Well, then that's good to know. Then I feel a lot better then.
Did these episodes live up to the expectations of the last two?
They did, but it was a funny thing that I noticed where these were, I like this saga because it's so different from what you expect from Power Rangers. Like they really go a bunch of different places with it. Like you were saying with Ryu, like they have like a who's watching Gilbert Grape, what's wrong with Gilbert Grape, like essentially like thing going on. But right in the middle of them having this very different Power Rangers episode.
How?
Huh?
How is that Gilbert Grape?
I'm just saying like they have like or Rain Man or like whatever, like they have the like I'm helping this guy like around, like they have a buddy drama where like they have both emotional issues and they're working out. And it was just really weird that like in the midst of having this like moment where they're trying to do something different, just a fucking cannon monster shows up with Zydos and they're just like, we're still Power Rangers though, and shoot things. And it just made it was like somebody was watching this episode and they're like, this is cool, but like there are kids watching this, man. Like you gotta put them, like that happened so much in this where I was so into the Jin saga. And then immediately it'd be like, yeah, but the monster's still here, Power Rangers. And then the other Rangers, not Rio, would show up and just start fighting that guy. So that would happen. And it really felt like, all right, the kids are getting bored now. Like, put that in there. It would be like if you were watching, and I'm not saying this is as great as it, but like if you're watching The Dark Knight and you're dealing with like this crazy like Joker that like has all these weird like anarchist like tendencies that invoke visions of terrorism that we all like actually relate to and fear. And then like the ventriloquist shows up and it's just like, yeah, I'm here too with my dummy. The dummy's got like a Tommy gun that's like shooting at Christian Bale and shit. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Zydos is just a bitch because it's like, get out of here.
Yeah, like I was like, why are you here?
Exactly.
He's literally just preying on the hope that Jin will kill the others. So then it will be easier for him to kill Jin. So that it's like, oh, I'm afraid they are going to team up against me. I will wait in these bushes and kind of just snicker with this other dude who is a gun.
He's a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that though, but like when him and Jin like got to it, Jin was doing that whole like thing, but he hit him with some like other shit though, where he was like, I'm still Zydo, so I'm coming back for other episodes, and like fucking hit him and he started exploding inside internally. And I was like, well, it was like he was going to let him hit him. But when he started thinking he was going to finish him, he was like, all right, I'm done playing games with you. Like, this is what I'm really about. So I feel like Zydos is actually like with the shits a little bit.
Yeah, he's still the weakest of the trivium, it feels like.
Yeah.
Oh, but I do want to say how it is more like Gilbert Grape. Is that how it's?
What's
Gilbert
wrong with
Grape?
Please explain to me how this is like Gilbert Grape because I still don't see it.
It's because Jin and Ryo both have a thick ass mama.
That was exactly what I was talking about.
All right, thank you for clarifying.
2 C's.
Does Rio also get his dick sucked?
Wait, that happens in that movie?
Yeah.
Who gets her dick sucked?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you see a dick like that, you gots to suck it. Wait, no, he's problematic now, so never mind. My sister watched that movie every single day.
It's a great
And
movie.
you didn't know that he got his dick sucked?
No, my sister might have been masturbating to that
Oh my
movie.
God.
That'd be
All right.
a weird movie to masturbate to. Unless you want that thick ass mama.
James.
You want to know a
why?
good movie to masturbate to? Some Bang Bros.
Sure.
You know, one thing I definitely hated about this episode was how they said dance was going to solve everything. Like, I get it that, like, clearly in this Power Rangers thing, there's a thing with, like, learning different styles, right? Because, like, in the last one I saw, like, he learned different styles. And actually, in the first one I saw, the blue dude learned, like, a super fist style or something like that. But, like, you didn't have to do dance. Like, that was stupid. And he didn't even learn like a real style. He just learned to like chill out. Like that was the lesson of the day, kids.
I wrote a couple things on that. I said instead of learning a new dance, Rio should have just gotten some dro blown back, baby, to calm down. And that composure actually does help you kill spiders. When I see a spider, I freak out. I'm afraid of it. However, once I'm like, okay, I know how a spider moves. I know how this spider moves. All I got to do is either punch it real quick with my fists or grab a shoe and hit it.
Yeah. Also, what happened to that other guy? Because he wasn't dead, was he? He like
What other guy?
the first spider guy.
Oh, no, he died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He died in
sure.
Rio's arms.
I also definitely loved how, you know how you have to tie scenes together and things, and otherwise they would have had no idea what Rio was doing. So instead of like trying to figure out a clever way, they just had that guy just be like, into the scene with the Rangers. And they had to they're just like, hey, guy with a spider.
That was kind of weird how they were just like in the same area.
Yeah.
Like just so happened that he stumbled in front of them.
And it's like, now because of that last guy, we know what's going on. I feel like that was an actual line.
It probably was. The first few scenes, I totally agree with you guys, were very jumbled, and it's like everyone knew so quickly what was happening, but it's one of those things where it's like, how could you have drawn to these conclusions? What show have we been watching where I'm like, how are they drawing? It's Buffy. Buffy has that problem.
Are you trying to talk shit about Buffy right now? Because you might... I don't know if there's a Buffy hive or something.
What?
You know how like Beyonce has the beehive?
I'm glad you said beehive too, and not bayhive. People
do that.
Yeah. They say when they see BEY, they'll say bay instead of B.
But it's B. The A part of Beyonce is the the E after the C.
Yeah.
It's Beyonce.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, people do it. That's the rewind topic. All right, I'm going to go to some notes. Nicole, I did want to ask you this. These are my favorite episodes, and your favorite episodes are the Gorma ones.
Uh-huh.
And the Gormas have very distinct, different episodes where, like, this is kind of a story arc.
You
at
mean
least.
the Three Stooges?
Yeah. What was I saying?
You
Just the
said
Gorma?
Gorma.
Okay, the Gorma Three Stooges is what I meant. So,
What is that?
Oh, those are different episodes.
What? Is that a real thing?
Yes. So, what is your favorite episode? The soccer episode, the baseball episode, or the biking one?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say baseball because it's so good.
I would have to watch them again. I don't really remember.
Let's watch them, baby.
I also just want to point out how the White Ranger just shows up.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does
that happens.
He's like, hey guys, what's up? Whoa.
It's real dumb.
Is there a fight?
Yeah.
However, I prefer that over him being in the episode. Yeah. This dude sucks.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, he's so bad. He's the kid. And he's a terrible person.
It's just funny. It reminds me of a Family Guy when they had like a weird parody of Rocky, where Rocky goes, like Rocky 6, he goes to the moon and like fights a Martian. But then in the middle of the scene, like Paulie from Rocky, like the side character that is in all the movies, just runs in like, hey, look at this segue. Rocky just got me, and just runs into a wall. Like that's how it felt when the Ranger just showed up. Like, hey guys, I got a Zord too. Let's fight. They just combine together and just start throwing everything. Like it makes sense. They were like riding the tiger, then they were the tiger.
Oh, and then Kameo comes in. I've totally forgot about that. The huge turtle one. That is actually a boy who turns, like he physically turns into that thing.
That must hurt then, because those things get like chopped up and shot at.
Yeah.
Man,
But
I mean,
he has
props to
a
him.
thick metal exterior.
Fair enough.
People hide inside of him to be hidden.
I was never a fan of when the Zords would like combine like that and become just big hulking lumps of technical shit. Like I liked when they were like, I remember once there was like a Ninja Zord that was just like more, it looked like it was clearly a dude with square box like
Yeah.
costume, but he could move and look like he could fight. The other ones, like whenever you see them, they're just like up, down, sword.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this never felt like they were actually good at what they did. It was just that they both were so bad as robots that they just ended up smashing into each other.
Yeah, I mean, the turtle basically just lifts up and crushes people.
It's terrible. I do not like it at all.
Oh, man.
Except I thought that was Nicole's favorite, so I bought her that for Christmas.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was not expensive.
I gotta say, like, this episode is simultaneously the like, as it went on, these two, they were the best and like worst of the like the thing that I thought I would see when I watched Sentai for the first time, the side parts, like all the things that weren't about Jin, I felt like they had such little thought in them. They were that this time. Like,
Yeah.
they were totally like that throwaway, like weird, like kid, like kind of culture shock, like show. But it was only because they were so focused on Jin that I really think that somebody just suggested sprinkling this shit in for kids, that it like kind of tampered like the actual Jin story, which I still think is great. I love that part from beginning to end.
The first two are so great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then the third one's really good. And then, no, you want to know what? They're all my faves.
Yeah. I mean, he punches I am the mightiest fist in
Yeah.
the world. That is the hardest phrase. And then he just punches the tombstone of his dad. It's like, good dad, I finally surpassed you. Like, did his dad make it extra hard because he knew one day his son would need to punch it off to prove?
Yeah, that's one of my notes was like, okay, so all he had to do to surpass his father was just punch his gravestone in half.
Yeah.
That was a thick gravestone,
It
though.
was. That's why I wondered if like that the dad like had it in the will, like make this extra hard. I told my kid he needs to be able to punch that. And like we never saw the years that guy took, like just bloodying his fists against that like gravestone trying to prove it.
Wouldn't it be great if instead of a grave plot, it were this huge like cave grave that he had to go and like break down this huge stone wall of. And then once he breaks it down, guess what? The dad's not there. He was Jesus all along.
I mean, I think that dude was just an asshole. And I think it was fitting that it was just in a regular cemetery because if I recall that one where he was just like, that's a good fight where he just beats the shit out of him. It's just in a place. Like, he's not like in a vacant like cave or like desolate land where they're training. Like, he was beating him up in his fucking backyard, like in front of somebody. Like, so child abuse and like whatever they were doing was clearly not a private thing.
Well, one time they were on a cliff at the ocean.
Time, but like I'm just saying, they clearly show there are multiple occasions. So you can only assume throughout history he's just been like training with him wherever he kind of sees fit. Like, not saying he's in like Jewel or like a supermarket, but if they're at like 24-hour fitness, they might rent out that Zumba room and like go in there and beat the shit out of his kid real quick in the mirror.
What would you do if you went to a Jewel and saw just a dad and son going at it?
I would call the cops because I probably would be like, this is a little too intense for me to actually intervene. So I'll just like get the proper authorities to break this up. Yeah. Depending on if they do property, like, you know, if it's real, you'll call the police. But like if you're thumping people with like martial arts moves and like knocking down owls, I'll let the proper authorities deal with that form of violence.
Oh, but then they knock over like what's your favorite soda?
I like Sprite.
Okay, they knock over some Sprite and it like goes everywhere and you just open your mouth, it sprays into your mouth and you're like, yes, I'm getting free Sprite. Yes.
I'm still going to call the cops. Though.
Darn it.
Actually, I'll be honest. I'm probably not going to do anything but watch. If it's like a real martial arts fight, I probably wouldn't call the cops. Like, I'm trying to say that to seem like a better person than I am. But a martial arts dad like fighting the son, and like if the son's like really holding his own, but like he's just kind of because he was doing all right, but then eventually he would hit him off a mountain. Like,
yeah,
I'd watch the majority of that probably.
You'd see one person in the crowd just with a phone shouting, "World Star!"
Hell yeah, I might be that guy.
They knock over a charcuterie board and a shrimp flies into your mouth. And cheese.
They're just feeding me while they fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, James, are you just hungry?
Yeah, I actually am hungry. But that's what happens at a Jewel. You eat stuff.
That's true. I mean, but they could be like fighting in the like Hallmark card aisle. And
yeah.
It's just like stuff like that. Or like they could be fighting in the booze section.
You want to know what? He tries to do the spider fist at his dad, but his dad jumps out of the way and it lands at like on a jug of milk. And then someone comes up and purchases that jug of milk, drinks some of it, and then they die because they get the spider.
Do you think it would
it
seep through the like non like bio like?
Yeah, it would wait there like a parasite.
Oh,
because milk, you know, if you drop a tooth in milk, they say to do that so it stays healthy.
That's not true.
Yeah, they do. If you knock out a tooth.
Why would you want to keep it healthy?
No. If like if someone punches you
and you want to have it like put
not
back.
like that's my baby tooth.
Yeah, I was like,
gotta
why
put
would
that
you?
back in there.
Got you. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's gross.
Or maybe he just he strings up some of that spider web, and then you have like a nice like dance party to it.
Also, I want to point out that was another part of why it was exactly like that was the one part of Jin that was exactly like I expected when I saw it. They didn't even try with that spider dance thing. Like he just threw streamers at someone
it was just
from
confetti.
a paper in his like hand that you could see when he threw it.
Yeah.
And it was the worst throw. It was like you could tell it was like the best take of him throwing it where he was just like, and just like heave it over so the streamers would fall.
I did think that if you could do that in tough situations where, you know, maybe you're in a relationship and you have one of those we need to talk moments, but maybe they're a little immature and don't want to, you throw that spider string at them, they have to stay there. Yes, granted, they might be completely terrified because that's what it does, but they're there. Maybe you need to fire someone at your company. You want to know what? Throw that
so you
on
just
them.
Murder them.
No. You rub off the spider tattoo before you leave. Once they're fired, because then you can rub something off on someone. But if they're an employee of yours, you can't. That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Nicole loves being inappropriate to her employees. She doesn't have any. But that's going to change. I want to work under Nicole. I think Nicole would be a good boss.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
I don't know.
What's your kind of manager style, do you think?
I don't even know what any styles are. What does that mean?
Well, you have, the demon fist style. Based
Okay.
off from Dairanger
Is that
stuff.
the only option?
There's tough love.
Yeah. Which
Tough
is,
love.
I would say, is how the dad, the evil karate one, Dark Kempo.
Yeah.
That's tough style.
That's tough love style right there.
Demon Fist is just, you're trying to churn and burn them. You're trying to get them to quit.
No.
I also want to point out, though, that I think there's more proof that his sister ain't dead because she didn't have a tombstone. I think he punched her in the stomach.
He does like punching ladies in the womb because that happened to Reen.
But you don't think he would have visited his sister's tombstone with his dad?
Maybe, just maybe,
What?
she was pregnant.
I just think he punched her in the stomach to be like, I'm an asshole. Stay away from me.
Yeah, he was trying to get that baby out of there.
Oh my God.
You're. I just think, yeah, like, because I don't think she's dead, and I'm glad that they didn't show that. Like,
I think she's deader than a doornail.
I don't know. I think she's alive and just kind of personally hurt.
Or deader than my relationship with my brother.
Fair enough.
Again, it's just non-existent. I don't know if it's dead or alive.
That's actually probably where they're at. I mean, I don't know how good someone would feel if their brother just punched him in the stomach like that. It was hard, but it just felt like he punched her in the stomach.
Also, on the Wikipedia for this, it confused me a lot that how they worded it in the Wikipedia entry for that episode is they said Jin goes to his master's gravestone, who was the father of the girl he killed in a previous episode. Not saying that they were brother and sister.
So they did say he killed her.
Yes.
Damn it. All right, well,
I mean,
she's
but
dead.
it is a fan wiki. It's a wikia.
Yeah, but that's probably more like accurate than like regular Wikipedia or like any.
It's not accurate. Not at all.
Oh, well, then why'd you quote it in the first place?
I just think it's weird that other people think that they're not brother and sister.
I mean, a lot of the relationships in this show don't seem too well defined. I feel like, and maybe it's just because I don't have a good grasp of all the actors, but I feel like two of the Rangers are dating, and I don't
No.
know. One of them has a girlfriend, though, right?
No.
No, that was just oh, no. I'm confusing him with the dude that just got killed by, like, the werewolf. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. Like, yeah, just, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like the relationships are a little confusing. There's a lot of hard cuts that are hard to follow.
You also have only seen 5 random episodes, pretty much.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so like you
The
have
show is pretty insane to me from that perspective.
Yeah. Okay, let me roll off some notes. I did the cover Dummies and Webs. Oh, so week 1 stay in groups, and hey, that's why I rap in a solo career. Also because no one can keep up with my schedule. Nick, I do want to do this because we've been watching skate videos, and it's Rodney Mullen versus like Daewon San, I think is his name. And it's not that they're like fighting each other. It's just two friends. One of them does their skate video stuff, and then it's just paired with the other ones. And it was a way to make people in the community talk like, oh, so-and-so won. No, so-and-so won. But they were just doing a video. That's the mixtape we should do. We do each 3 songs, so it's 6 songs total, but it's like a Nick song, a James song, Nick song, James song. So we're not collaborating together. It's just us working at our own pace. Once we have the 3 songs done, we put it out.
Okay. I'm fine
All right.
with that.
Well, you heard it here. Nick period versus Marshland Monster.
This is great. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Yes. We did it. We did it. Hooray.
Cool.
We did it.
Nicole, what are some of your notes?
The werewolf guy is cool looking. It's very like, I don't know, not really off brand, but just that it's like a demon and
Yeah.
not just like a thing.
A Gorma?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also, he was like the hungry bone wolf. What was his name? Hungry demon wolf.
Yeah.
And it's the first time we get an adjective in there. Isn't hungry an adverb? Or I guess it could be a noun. I am hungry. Never mind,
No,
guys.
that's
Not a noun.
It's not enough.
Oh, wait. I am Groot, though. Groot is It's a pronoun. Hungry is a pronoun.
No.
A proper noun. There we go.
I guess you could maybe make a case that the idea of hungry is like feed the hungry. Like that's you could use it in that way, and it could be, but otherwise it is an adjective.
So I am hungry. Like I am. What is Is it an adverb? What is it? It is.
It would probably be an adjective.
Adjective. Oh yes, because adverbs are ly, right? Yes.
I hated adverbs. Adverbs and semicolons were the ones where I was like, I'll put a pen in that and never touch it again.
You'll never touch adverbs?
I don't want to learn about them. I don't want to learn about adverbs or semicolons. I actually learned semicolons by accident. So now I know semicolons, and that's like, about...
I run quick is not the proper English. It's I run quickly because it is...
Are you trying to teach me adverbs right now? Don't teach me adverbs. I just told
guys,
you.
Nick just threw off his headphones. He can't hear me at all right now because we're Skyping all of this. He's in America right now, and we're in Canada.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
how's
guys.
that Drake tour going?
Oh! Speaking of Drake, Rio was wearing a Drake sweater.
He was.
Yeah,
he was.
What?
He was.
Yeah, it was like a turtle, like a nice turtleneck.
Drake is a fan of turtlenecks. He likes it to be comforting.
Drake's got Drake sweaters.
All right.
I said that on a podcast before. I don't know if it was this one, and no one got what I was talking about. And I was like, no, Drake sweaters. And they're like, yeah, you can keep screaming that. We don't understand what you're talking about. It was on this. It was a mostly Love and Lucha.
I definitely get Drake sweaters.
Because Turbine was wearing some.
I don't purchase them, but I understand. I understand what you mean.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't understand the philosophy behind them.
I think you could rock a Drake sweater.
I mean, I might have a Drake sweater that was just me when I was like trying to dress a little more like mature, and it's just like...
What'd you dress like in high school?
Not good. It was a bad mixture because I was really not comfortable with like being black and like not necessarily being what people expected every black person to be. So at the same time, I did like a lot of like, you know, like black culture stuff because it's my culture still. I just didn't sound like it or like natively like just was always around it. So it was a combination of like regular shirts, just like random stuff, not caring about style, and then I would always just have like a random whack ass FUBU shirt that like I could beg my mom to get me or something like that. And yeah, I was really into Master P's clothing line back in the day. That was my biggest misstep. I thought I was the flyest dude in the world too. And like baby blue and like yellow, like P Miller. Yeah, that was what it was. And yeah, it was bad. It was all bad. There's like a great sophomore, I think it's my sophomore picture where I'm just in like light blue, baby blue FUBU jersey, and I thought it would be my greatest hour. I was like, oh man, this is it. I'm ready for my school picture. This is the first one like where I really was like, I'm gonna wear this and be in my cool picture. I don't know how I thought I was gonna bust that out. So yeah, it's just braces and a FUBU jersey. So yeah, that's how I dressed in high school.
The only time I was like, this is exactly what I'm going to do for picture day was maybe 9th or 10th. It had to have been 9th grade. I had an ICP The Wraith t-shirt on, and I had like, they call them murder braids, but it's like you just take your hair, and it's just like you take a strand of this, and then you know those very tight rubber bands, you put them just like segmented up, so it's just like all
I feel like I remember that. So you were just like a straight up juggalo, huh?
In that year I was. Except I didn't like painting my face because I don't like greasy things on my face or anywhere on my body.
I understand that.
So I think I only painted my face 3 times. One for a Shaggy 2 Dope in-store signing, which...
About to bust out the picture.
Oh no! This is it's signed by Shaggy 2 Dope. I'm holding up a CD of Shaggy 2 Dope's "Fuck the Fuck Off," not to be mistaken from "Fuck the Fucking Fuck Off," which I think is the name of his 3rd solo CD.
Wow.
His first CD. Can you guess what that was called?
Fuck the Fuck Off.
No. This is the second.
Fuck
CD.
Off.
Yes, there you go.
Fuck Off. There
it was an EP.
Ah, of course. That makes sense.
Was the 4th CD called Fuck the Fuck Off, You Fucking Fuck?
It might be. He hasn't released it yet. He's only put out 3 solo efforts.
And they were all, that's funny.
He loves telling people to fuck off.
I mean, why not?
The intro is like, fuck the fuck off.
Of course
Wait a
it
minute.
is.
I think I've heard that. Is that where the 2 dudes are talking and one dude's like, fuck off?
Oh, no, that's from Amazing Jekyll Brothers right before it's them talking about getting a chalupa.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I remember that. That was some Newgrounds bullshit that I used to watch all the time back in the day.
No, that's not Newgrounds. It's ICP,
But
Underground.
But Newgrounds
Yeah.
was all about that shit.
Man, Newgrounds was the greatest. Oh, go into the A section for adult.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeepers, guys.
That was the weirdest site ever. That was definitely a product of that time. And
I
was glad
still follow up with animators from that. Like,
you follow up with them?
yeah, College University started on there, and the guy who created College University, and he's done animation stuff for like Adam Ruins Everything, College Humor, all these like big people now, Nickelodeon. It's now a tradition every Christmas that I watch that show, College University. And I tweeted that, and he saw it. I forget exactly what he said, but like, oh, my Christmas tradition is eating leftover College University DVDs. And then like I laugh very hard, and he then sends me a picture. He quickly drew up a picture of Kung Fu Carl from that eating College University DVDs, and I was like, holy shit, he just made me an original drawing.
Yo, that dude's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
I don't remember that one. I used to watch a lot of the stick figure things on there.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite thing. They had a really funny thing, if I remember, about Steven Seagal that was great. It was because it was right when Steven Seagal first got fat. So it was just like videos about how Steven Seagal was just like a fat dude, but still like Steven Seagal, like he would be like going to like place to get a sandwich, and he's just like ordering this big sandwich because he's a fat guy, and then a dude behind him, it's like stupid trash, like it's like this dude's like, hey, why don't you hurry up, and he turns around and he just like flicks his leg up and just splits the dude and like fucking
Stupid.
it's always shit like that.
Newgrounds was great. Tomorrow's Nobodies, of course, Salad Fingers.
I didn't know any of that.
Wait, you don't know Salad
No,
Fingers?
that sounds terrible. That sounds like lemonparty.com and shit like that back in the day. Like,
Lemon Party?
don't ever look that up.
Was
Don't-
it like a gross sex thing?
just
No,
yeah.
Salad Fingers was just a super creepy cartoon.
Oh, okay. That's usually like the name they put over something that's like incredibly horrible.
Oh, no.
That like
Yeah.
okay.
It's not like Tub Girl.
I don't know what that is. But
Oh,
I'm sure
okay.
it's
Yeah,
terrible.
don't. No one Google Tub Girl.
I think you should just list off things people shouldn't Google.
Don't go to meatspin.com, not because of the content,
Yeah,
but
lemon
maybe...
party's my extent right there.
What is Lemon Party?
Just don't worry about
Just
it.
describe it.
No.
Darn it.
I'm not saying that on air.
Have you been to meatspin.com?
No, I don't know any of that's the only one I learned, and that was when I started to just remember words that people will say cryptically, like, oh, let me check this out. And I'll never do it again.
Never Google
Yeah.
blue waffle or blueberry waffle, something like that.
The last thing that got me was the 2 girls, 1 cup. That was the only thing I did, and I reaffirmed with myself
Speaking of
to never do that again.
movies to masturbate to, hey
Oh my God.
it wasn't real poopies.
It doesn't matter.
What about One Guy, One Jar?
Yeah, One Guy, One Jar's fucked up.
I
Don't-
never saw that.
I
didn't
did
know that
laugh.
was a thing.
The first time I saw that, I laughed very hard at it. But now, in retrospect, I wouldn't be able to watch it. It's a guy, he puts a glass jar in
could
his
guess
butt,
it
and it
involves that.
shatters. And
all right.
yeah,
You can stop. You can stop.
you gotta watch Pain Olympics, guys.
No, I remember hearing about that, but only seeing reaction videos.
ugh.
I'm not gonna watch that actually.
Guys, just go get Tor browsers and go on the dark web
No.
No,
Do not do that.
don't ever do that.
and just let us know what you find.
No,
Does the dark web have a Google?
I
So you
don't
can just
know,
search
I don't
James.
Hey, guys,
If you start fucking around with the dark
I'm not
web,
going to. Dark web, no thank you.
okay.
Speaking of dark webs, this spider weaved a one.
I mean, yeah, Party City was really coming through in this episode for them. Not even just for the spiderweb. I have to say that I'm sure there's probably worse if I really like went back into my brain and found history, but that wolf was probably the worst like head design of a Power Ranger, where they didn't even try. Like when it was like getting hurt, it would wiggle like like
like there was no articulation at all.
I feel like that sound it was making was only because it looked that ridiculous when it was wet. Like like I feel like we're being offensive, but I feel like that's
no. It sounds like the. Not secondary, it goes trisondary characters in Godzilla movies. Those are the noises they made. Of just the the most bonkers, like, huh?
Are you gonna go see the new Godzilla movie?
Absolutely. Thomas Middleditch is in it.
You don't feel like it's too commercialized or whatever?
No. The 2014 Legendary one was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I remember you really liked that one.
Because the human element was great. It was a great movie.
And this one, from the trailer I saw, I was like, they're really not fucking around. Like they brought everybody in, it seemed like, for this. So I was like, okay. So all right, cool.
They're
I wanted
not
to
just
hear
like,
your opinion.
Hey, Mutos, they look kind of like a moth.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there are people like that.
Oh yeah, the reason why I think they did that is because it looks kind of like that monster, but all licensing things when it comes to Godzilla in America have that issue where the comics that came out with the Marvel comics in, I think like 70s, they only had rights to Godzilla, so they had to make up their own monsters. The same for the cartoon.
So they can't use Mothra or whatever.
Yeah, back then. So like in the first movie, they only had the legendary one. They only had they only had licensing rights to Godzilla, so they had to make up their own creature. The same goes for the Godzilla cartoons, the Hanna-Barbera ones, and the one after the Matthew Broderick movie, where they had to make up their own monsters.
I still love that movie. No one likes it but me. I love that movie.
It's okay. Like, I mean,
Dude, that Puff Daddy song's amazing.
Oh man, you gotta listen to P. Diddy guy, Diddy Dirty Money.
And Jimmy Page. Yeah, Jimmy Page on this. You didn't give a shit. You're like,
no,
okay.
The thing about that is weird. Jimmy Page was from Led Zeppelin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, or maybe that was AC/DC. The Beastie Boys a long time ago wanted to sample, I think, a Led Zeppelin song, but they said they didn't want to let hip hop sample their music. And then all of a sudden, goddamn P. Diddy's there sampling it away.
I mean, he probably had more money.
What do you think about those rumors that P. Diddy
bought Led Zeppelin and created it?
Was not good with Usher.
Usher? About what?
You want to know what? I'm just gonna cut all of this. Never mind.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I think I know what you're talking about.
You want to know what? I'm cutting all of this. It is all getting cut, guys.
Okay.
Yes. Hold on. Just so I know, like, oh, that's the end point of when I bring up Usher.
Usher.
Okay, let's get through some notes.
Usher's confession was really good. I had to do it. Sorry.
Now you gotta clap again.
He got it. That's such a quiet clap, Nicole. Okay. I loved where Rio goes whoops when Jin knocks the rice out of his hands. That wasn't a whoops. That was intentional.
That was a fuck you.
Yeah, he's just like, fuck you. And he's like, whoops,
And then he
I
feels
gotta
bad
clean it
about
up.
He looks at him like instantly like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. He has such brash switches in personality. He'll do something terrible and then just be like, oh, I'm so terrible for doing this.
They're brothers.
They don't even know each other.
They're brothers in arm.
Yeah, that's true. When he isn't cheating with the other arm. Or
He
his
does not
demon
cheat.
spirit. He cheats.
That was the deck the cards gave him.
That was the deck of cards the demon gave him at his request.
Yeah, so now he has no choice but to fight like that.
I don't know. Didn't he not fight like that the whole last scene? because when that was another thing. Like, there's a point where he was changing, when they knocked him out, the werewolf, he had like a blood spot in the middle of his chest, and they were doing the full on like Forrest Gump Bubba dying scene where he's like, oh, stand there. And then all of the putties got around him. And then he was just like, hold up, go back to back. And he's like, all right, I'm ready to fuck something up. And then he just gets right back to him. And then he starts fighting him like normal, like he just got off work.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then, you're right, he does go back to the demon thing afterwards. I forgot about that. But he kicks ass for a little bit like himself.
Yeah, he had to build up the energy again.
I also couldn't tell if he was dying or not because he just kept
He got stabbed in the chest.
Yeah, that is not a chi strike.
yeah, that's what, like, I literally thought he was gonna just like punch him, and he just takes a sword and stabs him right through.
I thought he was going to do like one of the key power balls to him.
Yeah, exactly.
His fire lightning blaze.
But no, he just stabs him.
But I guess that's why he lived, because he didn't do the chi strike. The chi strike is the fucking death touch. That was just a metal sword through your whole body.
Yeah, whatever. That's for wimps.
At your heart. I'm sure it was fine.
What did you say?
Swords through your heart is for wimps?
Okay, I thought you said that's for your lips. I was like, what does that mean?
You wish.
Hey, what are things for your lips, guys? Let us know. Hashtag no, that's another thing. Hashtag not just for kissing.
There you go.
Okay.
We did it. Also at MSS Pod on Twitter. I'm not going to search that hashtag.
Also, I did love, because I guess I bit and like fell for it at the ending because, you know, they had the talk like, if I ever turn into a emotionless, uncontrollable monster, kill me with the chi strike. And I did just want to point out that when he did the chi strike and then had like a heart attack, I definitely thought he chi striked himself by accident. Like, oh fuck, that was too good.
I love it. And Rio just like was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But then he turns into the werewolf. And then when they have the fight, it was crazy because the werewolf shows up and then Zydo shows up and he's like, ha, now I have turned him into a mindless killing machine that you can't possibly control. And I'm like, I get it, kill him. And then he keeps trying to claw him and he's like, stop it. You know that's not going to work because I turned him into a mindless killing machine. Like, they kept reinforcing that. Other Rangers like, why do you keep doing that? You know, Rio, he's a mindless killing machine.
And then Daigo says, why'd you do that, Zydos? He could have been a great warrior. And it's like, he already was.
Yeah, he kicked your ass all the time. Also, those other Rangers, they're like totally like the backup dancers now, right? They're like the pips, because like that dude has been he's the strongest fist in the world, right?
No, it's a weird thing where every episode is generally a specific Rangers episode. So for that episode, they would be the strongest person or trying to work through things.
So is there like a saga like this with like Homeboy who's a boxer?
Yes.
And he's like the fastest.
Not a saga like this. The only other like full sagas are like the Kiba Ranger, who's the White Ranger.
Yeah.
Daigo has one, who's the Green Ranger, and Kazu has one or two.
Okay, because he was definitely getting the Tommy treatment right now. Where like this is the shit that would only happen for Tommy in like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So I just thought, because Tommy, I guess everybody was a background dancer to him, especially if you see how it is now. Like,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, it just seemed like in this series, like he is, you know, Gladys Knight. Like this is his show right now.
But yeah, that's just because those are the only episodes you've watched with us.
That's awesome. This is like a completely biased.
Yeah.
I am ignorantly like Rio is the strongest Ranger in the group.
You should just watch all of them. They're free to watch.
You have
legally.
to show me when they reach their peak. Like, when's the one where they all get to their respective Super Saiyans? Because Rio has hit his. I feel like he's on another level.
Yeah, but then the next episode, he's not. It's always very...
He's just the one that gets his ass kicked in the next episode.
Yeah, probably.
That is great. I love this.
There's never any
this vicious cycle of self-progression that doesn't matter.
When they learn a new technique, it's never brought over to another one. Especially in the first episodes, they would always they would start doing this crazy technique, and the narrator would explain what is happening and what goes into this, and then it never is used ever again.
Yeah, I also really wish I was fluent in this because the titles and like the names of the styles, I just feel like this has to be a mistranslation. Like the way that they always come off, they're beautiful in that culture shock way where it's like Dragon Fist, Iron Hour, Soul Touch. Like, but I just wonder what it actually is.
Yeah.
If it's like supposed to be called that, or if it's just like a really strong left hook that like we don't know.
But it's also with like Lili balls.
Yeah.
I think what they're actually called is probably like a formal word for whatever these spherical things are with power, but we don't have a word for that, so we just have to call them balls.
Orbs.
Oh yeah, Lili orbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's, I feel like cultural, like our mistranslations happen with that all the time. It's like there's a whole Street Fighter character because they mistranslated Dragon Fist like in 1984 for Street Fighter 2. And people thought for decades that there was a secret Street Fighter character. And finally Capcom just was like, fuck it, here he is.
Ha!
They just made him.
Oh my God.
Made him. Yeah. It's one of the funniest things. Like, and I mean, I love that about this show. I love in general how, even though it is a culture shock, I really like the universal like messages that they touch on that shows here don't even like. Luckily with I don't know how much they do it in the other episodes, and you guys would be able to tell me a little more, but in the original Power Rangers, I remember, that was close to the Saved by the Bell era. So you got to see a lot of them like actually hanging out, which I do see a lot in this. Mm-hmm. Like they were just like playing baseball or whatever, but like in our version, they would like go to like, the shop or the snack bar, the juice bar, where the fuck they go. And then they would actually be friends. Like there's so many partner shows that are out where people aren't actually friends and they suddenly become friends when they're in peril. And it's like, you guys just work together at this point. Mm-hmm. I've never seen you guys talk to each other outside of work. So it's nice to see this show actually like show attention to the Rangers actually being friends.
Yeah. There is one episode where they're spending the night, 3 of them just like hanging out, looking up at the stars in a telescope, and then they see a giant what the fuck is it? A giant dragon Zord.
I was dragon watching when the stars like 2 weeks ago with my best buddy. That's just what we do, and it's good to see these good like moral activities explored by these teenagers.
These good Christian family values.
Exactly. Bibleman would be proud.
God, I can't wait for us to get to that.
I can't wait either. I'm also more than open to watch one of those.
No, you're for sure coming on one of those.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I know at least the religious side of it very extensively, so I would love to touch on that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to recruit anyone I know who either grew up in youth groups or grew up watching Bibleman.
I went to Christian school. That was my life. I went to Catholic school, then Christian school.
Which one's better?
I would say Christian school only because, like, actually, I don't even know, like, because actually Christian school, because they brought magicians instead of, like, teaching us science. So that was nice. Like, they would have a chapel night every Thursday, or a chapel day every Thursday. So instead of, like, school and learning, you would just go to chapel and then you would get, like, a quick sermon. But other times to talk about, like, Jesus's, like, love and, like, his magic, they would just bring a fucking magician and just be like, see, this is magic. And, like, he would just do magic. I don't know what they were trying to show there because we knew the magic wasn't real.
Jesus.
But that's also weird because a lot of people that are really religious, like, are against magic and that kind of stuff.
I guess he was doing magic for the Lord because it was in chapel day.
I guess.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is that Jesus was a sleight of hand magician, an illusionist.
I think what they were saying was, we don't want to teach these kids any more science, so let's just put a fucking magician in front of them for a little bit on Thursdays.
I would have loved to see when Jesus walked on water, everyone leaves and he's like, hey, disciples, I'll be right back. Or actually, can you come help me fish this clear plastic I laid out on this? Yeah, that's how I was really walking on water, guys.
I mean, he could also just be walking next to the water, and it was a mistranslation.
Oh.
Or just like really long stilts.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of stuff with that that's like interesting. But yeah, I always love that stuff because I used to see Bibleman like trailers and like video cassettes being advertised in the Christian bookstores when like I would be forced to go there. Obviously, I was a part of a Christian book club that still read regular books, like they had The Giver and shit like that. But I do think there was like one weird Christian book where we explored the Loch Ness Monster or something like that. It was crazy. But yeah, Bibleman used to be advertised all the time, and I thank my mother internally every day for never buying one of those Bible. Like, she knew enough to know that like he watches Batman and like Power Rangers. He knows the difference between that bullshit.
Yeah, but if you mash those two together for the Lord,
no, that wasn't going. That wasn't going. I'm sure some kids. Actually, I'm sure no kid like that. I would love to meet a kid who talks about fond memories of Bibleman.
There are people on Amazon who rate and review it.
Who love Bibleman?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Didn't you say that Melzer said he loved it?
No, Melzer.
But like, ironically or like genuinely, like I like used to like the cartoons I watched as a kid and like Power Rangers.
No, Melzer just knows about it because he was trying to hit on employees at a Christian bookstore, and they bought him the like armor and stuff for Bibleman. But I think Katie did watch it and possibly enjoyed it.
Like genuinely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, also she does say she only wanted to be like a good Christian lady because one of a singer was a Christian that she enjoyed.
Is she talking about Katy Perry?
No.
Oh, Katy Perry was a Christian musician.
No.
She had to change her name, though, when she wanted to go pop because her name was Kate Hudson.
Wait, is this all real?
This is 100% real.
Okay. There is a Kate Hudson, though, right?
Yeah, she's an actress.
All right.
There are a few actors that have changed their names because of that, like Michael Keaton, Batman. His name's Michael Douglas, actually.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, and others do it, the ethnic reasons, like, like Charlie and Martin Sheen.
All of them. All actors.
Well, not Emilio Estevez. He kept his name.
No, all actors have different names.
Not all of them.
Every single one.
I don't know.
Usually they have middle
The Rock,
names.
I'm pretty sure, was born The Rock.
Yes.
Pretty sure they brought it out, and they're like, "What are you naming him?" And like, The Rock, please.
He was just a little pebble with googly eyes.
But his father knew what he would become, and his mother knew.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "It is the rock, not the pebble."
The fruity pebble. That's what I want to eat. I'm hungry. Do you have any more notes?
I did want to say that I don't think it was actually lost in translation. It was just a bad line. Was when Jin was walking away from Rio, and he was like, it was like one of those like, "Man, we had a crazy time. Like, take care." But what he said was, "I really brought you nothing but pain. Thank you," and just walks away. So it was kind of like, "Hey, thanks for letting me fuck shit up for a little bit.
Yeah.
See ya." And then he just like dipped.
He's an anarchist.
He's a piece of shit, man. Like,
and a plagiarist.
He's the greatest Power Ranger villain of any type I've ever seen, and he is a piece of shit. He's a cheater and a charlatan. And that's another thing I actually did want to bring up was that clearly his powers derive from him being a cheater in general, because all you had to do to overcome his super move was to cool out because it wasn't shit actually happening to you.
Yeah.
Because he's a charlatan. He acts like he's a great fighter, but he really just has a metal arm, beats the shit out of you. And then he becomes a demon whose greatest thing is fucking the equivalent of throwing sand in your face and like being like, the sand spiders. And you're like, oh.
My thing with that is that Jin used to be able to just kill people right away. Why not just do that? Why do this fear thing? If you really want them to die, just murder them.
Well, yeah. And I could see why he would do it if he walked over to Rio after he did that and Rio was screaming, put his hand on his neck, and then just beat him with his metal hand into oblivion. Then I would have got it. But he didn't do that. And I did also want to touch on, I love Rio's acting, man. That dude he swings for the fences.
Yeah.
Every time he has pain. Like when that spider was on him,
Yeah.
you could scream, but he was like, oh my God. I don't want to scream into the mic, but he screamed like his intestines were ripping themselves out of his body at every turn. Like it was amazing. I would give that guy a daytime Emmy every time.
He also is screaming like me when I see a spider.
I mean, I guess the spiders were all over. Maybe that was it. He thought they were all inside crawling out because he was just screaming. I felt like he was more intense than the first guy.
What? The guy who was dying.
Yeah, I felt like he was way more intense than that dude. And that dude went the whole 9 yards and like got to death. And he was just in the middle of it. Like, and he was like, I was scared. I was like, somebody should get him some actual help. Is this a real hospital? It should be.
It's not.
It wasn't. What was that facility? Was that the Ranger facility?
Yeah.
And he just brought the dancer through to the Ranger facility?
Yeah.
I thought he brought the dancer to check on him at the hospital. Like,
No, this is just downstairs underneath a subway.
yeah, where is... Yeah, okay. So I was like, you just have is he just in a warehouse?
No, I think it's underneath a subway.
I remember that from the first time because, yeah, they're on their... I don't want to call like Ninja Turtle thing, but like they're on their like swag like that.
Yeah. Nicole, you got any more notes?
Yeah. Gorma glove gauge.
Oh, yeah.
After seeing this episode, I'm convinced that it's fingernails through a glove.
Yeah. They definitely had
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you see when Jin was like changing? He grew those fingernails.
Guys, we're going to get to the bottom of the Gorma glove gauge. We do start to think that it is gloves, but we're iffy on if it's nails or not. If it's nails or fake nails, I mean. But Nicole, pierced through.
Yeah.
Do you have any more notes?
Yes.
What's up?
With the dance thing, Kaku's actually actively trying to teach them something for once.
And they're like, no, we don't want this nerd shit.
The one time he tries to be helpful, they're like, that one, I think it was the green one, he was just looking like, I do not fucking want to be here.
Yeah, he looked
like,
pissed.
He was just so mad.
And Kazu just said, you know we don't like this stuff, right? Why'd you bring us here?
Like, I almost feel like it's a tragic relationship because, like, the reason he hates them so much is because they don't share any common interests. And then, like, the one time he tries to open himself, they're just like, get the fuck out of here with this.
Get out of here.
And he just, like, feels bad. So then the next few episodes, he's going to be regular Kaku again. Just like, yeah, what the fuck do you want, huh? You didn't care about my dancing.
Oh, maybe that's why he didn't talk to them after they get beat up by Jin and he's just lurking in the corner. He's just butthurt.
He does actually not talk to them anymore. He's such a fucking petty asshole, man.
Yeah. Nicole, any more notes?
And then Sergeant Cannon just shoots a fist at them.
Oh, yeah. Just a big old fist.
It's the last one.
Big fist.
They get fisted, baby.
Super hard as well. It was great. But, Jin took that one right in the stomach like he should have. He took it like a G and was like, I only took that so I could kick your ass, but he shouldn't have the right.
Also, Ryo is like, oh, you saved my life. If it didn't kill Jin, it wouldn't have killed Ryo either.
But it, hurt him extensively. Like, it was like he Superman died, where like the now official definition of like Superman's death is like it put him into a hibernation. Like that was all it did. Like he was just slowly gaining it back. Like he was in a wheelchair, but like he was walking like the next couple hours. Right? It only took like a day.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Wouldn't it have been cool if Ryo got hit and then Jin had to become the Red Ranger?
I mean, that was something that we would probably do here in the US, which is the difference. Like they went straight for the like emotional like character development thing. And I don't ever think we would have done that. Like that's our version of self-redemption is like, you the Red Ranger now. How about that? Now you have to be a good guy. Like that's it. That's how we always figure things out.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're done. Nicholas, what you got to plug?
Hey, man. Always check out Super Guys Podcast, Lone Wanderer. I have my website, justnickperiod.com. JustNickPeriod on Twitter and Instagram. EP out, Andrew Elgin's EP. I definitely told motherfuckers they were messy on the radio. And one of the first things I said to Chicago was, fuck you. Live on the radio.
And is it standard spelling on just Nick, period?
Yes, it is the word just, the word Nick, and the word period.
Nice. Nikki Jake, what you got?
Hey, I am Darling Homebody on Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr. You can go find all my stuff at darlinghomebody.com, including Crumb Bums and Mostly Sketch and Sentai. And you can buy Mostly Sketch and Sentai stuff on Redbubble.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And speaking of stuff to buy, I don't know if it'll be up by this time, but Nick saw a new merch that you have, and Nick fell in love.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to bring it up because it's not even, like, I'm leaving for a week, so I think I'm just going to wait until I get back to release it.
Well, this will be out in 2 weeks.
Okay, I
So I'm
didn't
gonna have
know
it
that. I
before
don't
anyone
know
else.
when the
How
fuck
about
this
that?
shit's coming out.
That's some rapper shit, actually. I'm about to have this before anybody else because I got it like that.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
And then you can follow all of the podcasts that I do, such as This Movie's Gay, What the Hell Mouth, and I'll Get There. There's going to be another one coming soon that I'm being added on to. More details later, but I don't think I can announce anything yet. However, find all of this stuff on mlmpod.com. You can also find my rap music under Marshland Monster there. And you can download everything for free. All my CDs, they're there. You can stream them, download them. Bada bing, high quality stuff too. And follow us at MSS Pod on Twitter, at MSS Pod on Facebook. Instagram, we really don't do much, but Mostly Speaking Sentai or MSS Podcast, I think. Yeah. And let's give a shout out to Eric from Ranger Command. He donated some money to our website, which you can go to mlmpod.com/donate, I believe, or it's donation. There's a link on the main page. We're trying to get an AC unit. It's $130. Summer's coming up. We need it for the recording space. Any bit you want to donate, we'll give you a shout out. Or if you want to donate all $130, I will write and record a rap song for you about anything that isn't super offensive. What's up, Nicole?
The secret thing that we were talking about earlier is a Chinese zodiac gold foil print.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to shout it out, but I felt like anything I would say to describe it was going to be terrible. And it wasn't going to describe it nearly as well as you could.
Yeah, and we'll have a video up, like a promo video up for that soon. That'll be at msspod or at msspod on Instagram. Fuck me. None of it's getting cut. At msspod on Twitter.
Oh, you're putting that on this Twitter?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You don't have a Twitter, so I'll
True.
also give you some shout outs, baby.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Also, King Kaiser X, it's a new Godzilla CD I have coming out.
What?
Be on the lookout for that. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
And I'm Nick.
And this has been Mostly Speaking Sentai.
Oh, shit. Yes, it was.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Sometimes I will see him sit crisscross applesauce in front of the keys and just start grooving.
Richard is a little older now.
Yeah.
I of course go to the Guitar Zone. I find this cherry double fret max pedal with the Strat Fender cap.
Cooking it like Kevin in a new blue apron ad. Always getting tainted in a spruce goose patron pad. Beating paying ass, bounties paid replacing cash. Courtly B bugging in the truth through Jason Mass. This is show biz when you know no's live. Yeah, flow sick like you almost did. Blow splits on the slow-mo kick. Throw quips like I'm Lobo. Bitch, flowing all the time, I'm defining lunar tides. No resisting, ain't an option, your compliance ruthless lies. Die inside your lies with misguided prides of lies. See you wide and crying eyes as you're biting cyanide. Feel your struggle, sweat, surrender while my knuckles get remembered. Damn, muscles left tended, I'm a subtle threat to slender man. Brattle shredded gnarly with a double fret. Fender strat, set the world ablaze, but a couple dead dismembered brats.
You've been looking for this.
Yes.
Well, I know you have a custom Coco Chanel Les Paul. I know that you have
multi-string Les Paul.
Just one of these old beater acoustics that just it's a total piece of crap, but it sounds so good.
Yeah, with manual tune.
Pumping cocaine cause the chlorine is rough. Numb in no pain with this morphine is huffed. Stories discussed of these orgies of lust and Voorhees we trust with gorely rust. Our Russian-fed president is pardoning cabal while flushing red evidence now darking holy halls. Hawking to my calls, gonna brawl all y'all. Marking up the walls, writing small, small, small. Baffled in the sex when the vandals get elected. Rebel in your neck, well the scandals are rejected. Candles are collected at my murdering seance. The Joker's resurrected, I'm encouraging chaos. Take a journey with me to the loner in my sick mind. Worry with me, I'm smoldering to get signed. Not the gurney bleeding out, sober in my sick mind. Play the set piano like the Schroeder and Dick kind.
But in terms of a double fret, Fender, Strat,
Cherry with the Strat.
and with the whammy bar?
Yeah, it comes with adjustable wham.
Oh no, and you can wham any way you want.
Yeah.
Oh hey, so you must have...
Performance adjustable wham.
So did you even check the price tag? I mean, I would think you would
I just
be
ran
like,
out with it.
Yes, gotta go.
Without even looking how much it was, I just ran out of the
And just
store
drove away and left
with
Richard
the
there.
machine, and they were like, "Hey," because I guess they were like, "Can you even handle that?"
Uh-huh.
But obviously, I can.
Yeah.
So I go home, I unbox it, put it on the live stream. All my fans are like, "Play something." All my subscribers, and I do one strum. And I realized it came with no songs. The songs are extra.
Kidding, the songs are still at the store.
Yeah. And that's why I realized the guy was like, "Hey, you forgot any songs."
Oh my gosh, Hayes.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.